This exclusive content is brought to you by Til'ton Scales.
All right, welcome to another exclusive take for Tilting the Scales on an immediate reaction of today's events with the Patriots against the Jaguars over in the UK, which we should do a trip there someday and the next time they play, but
I
that's
like
another
that.
story. Sorry.
We got to pull together a trip to Texas before we plan anything here.
Well, I would. I don't disagree with that either, but I was just throwing that out there. I haven't been across the pond for a leisurely trip in my entire existence, and I don't think any of us have. It'd
No,
be a good
not me.
experience.
Not me.
But all right, so I didn't get to watch a lot of the game. I watched until we were up 10-0, and then the offensive lineman went down, and things seemed to go downhill from there. But and I listened, but I'll let Chet has apparently a guttural reaction that
Yeah.
we all want to hear, and I think we'll both react to. But Chet, go ahead and start it off.
I am disgusted. If I could yell, I'd yell right now, but I can't because I'm still sick. But I'm telling you, disgusted. What I saw was a rookie quarterback going out there, giving his energy. I saw a few players trying their best. Jalen Polk, cut that guy. First of all, cut him because that's the
Horrible.
swing in the game. When you have a defense that has been great for 20 years, like New England, and you see it fall apart in the past 3 years. Here's my take. I want Belichick back.
I told you. I made the statement before we even started training camp. Like, we are going to be like the rest of the NFL and understand that the grass is not greener on the other side of that. The greatest coach of all time. Like, we might have been happy to move on from him and his antics and some of the things that he did, but yeah, we're seeing that it's a tough road to hoe. Like, I mean, I think we all knew that, but
Horrible.
we have our expectations of definitely what we expected and what's actually happening are very different. So that's it. That's your gutter. I thought you had like a very emotional, like long drawn out,
Did.
like.
I'm sitting here. I can't talk as much, and luckily for you guys, I can't. So many feelings. So many feelings.
Well, that's from our ticket holder, the one that has invested the most in the team. So I appreciate that. Well, Wally, what's
So I
your
mean, the bigger issue is that we're getting worse, right? Like, it's not. I want to believe in the progress. I want to see growth. I'm excited to see where we're going, but our defense can't keep playing worse. We can't keep having the same mental mistakes over and over and over again. They're calling a horrible game. Like, we're running way too much when it's not working. Like, what is going on? And like, I hear what you're saying about patience, Nate, and there's not much talent. I agree with that, but it's just so ugly. Like, we're not getting any better. Our defense is getting progressively worse with each passing game.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's hard to argue with you guys. I mean, but I don't want to say patience. Like, I don't like to say that because nobody in the NFL has that. Like, but we again, I said in our little group chat, our thread, like, we can't expect him to be Bill Belichick. Like, he as a coach has some growing pains to go through. Same with his coaching staff. Like, and I hope, again, we've had these conversations about other entities in sports, right? Like, we talked about being a vocal leader on the basketball court for Jason Tatum. That's not how he handles it. He is apparently doing those things, or there's an Al Horford that's doing those things off camera and in the locker room. And I hope that, just like Bill Belichick, like, he's not afraid. He isn't Gerard Mayo, the coach of the New England Patriots, is not afraid to have those conversations with his coaching staff and be very critical and not be afraid to hurt their feelings, because if you get your feelings hurt, then you can't react to being critiqued. You can't react to and grow as a coach or a human being if you're constantly feeling like you're being offended by somebody telling you the truth. You should honestly, if they do it in a professional manner, you should thank them for that input,
Yep.
and then move forward to correct that. And that coach, the head coach, is the one that's supposed to help them move forward and correct that as well. Like, he shouldn't be just coming to them with a critique like your offense is horrible. Well, there should be some input to try and drive it in the direction that he feels that it should go. So again, I hope those conversations are being had, because I agree with you both. Like, watching the game, I question what is the strategy, what is the offense doing, but at the same time, the hand that he was dealt, the roster that is a bottom three. We've talked about that. Bottom three in the league. That's a product that he inherited, and then I hope moving forward we change that. But again, I still look at that product looks like they're saving $40 million. And you have one offensive lineman go down. We're the only team in the league that started a different offensive line every game this year. And like, I don't know, maybe our expectations were high, but we do want to see in-game decisions, changes, things being, be more reactive to what the game is telling you and how the defense is playing you, instead of, just kind of, I don't know what they're doing, in all honesty. I mean, I feel like there are some situations we're not getting rid of Jalen Pope. That's like, he's too high of a draft pick. He's got a longer leash than the season ticket holders want him to have. So he's going to be around for a bit and be given a few opportunities. And he, just like anybody else, has to grow from his performance, has to learn from his performance and be mature enough to work on the things that he needs to work on. So yeah, I think it was a quote that he had where, someone was questioning his ability to catch the ball, and he said, there's no mental issue with me catching the ball. I feel like I'm a really good receiver and I can catch the ball. And that's confidence that I want to hear, but what we see on the field is a different outcome for sure. So
you can't go up there and say that you have the best hands in the NFL when you stink at catching the football. I like confidence, but there's a fine line between confidence and arrogance and over the top. Like, for him to go up there and say he's got the best hands in the NFL when he drops the ball as frequently as he does, that shows me like a complete lack of self-awareness. Which is concerning. I mean, accomplish something. Shut your mouth until you've done something in the NFL, then run your mouth. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm from the old school, I guess.
No, you're from the right school. The right school.
You're from the Bill Belichick tree. Like, I mean, that is what should happen. And somebody, when asked, again, his inexperience, right? He's a young kid. Somebody throws a microphone in his face and asks questions. He should know how to react. He should. And again, the right thing for him to say in that line of questioning would be, I know I have things to work on because I'm a rookie in this league. I'm very inexperienced when it comes to the NFL. And that's the end of the answer to that question. Like, he can feel like and still feel like internally he has that ability and that confidence, but he doesn't need to come out and say it when he has had very lackluster performances in the past and is continuing to. So, but I mean, I don't know what happened. We went up, had 10 unanswered points, and then from there it just went downhill. Did you guys see?
I know what happened.
What happened? Tell us.
Terrible game plan.
Well, it was good enough to hold on. It was good enough to get us up 10-0. So what? I mean, what changed from that point is my question.
Oh, sorry.
Or what didn't change?
The
Well,
Jags,
that's it. That's the question. What didn't change? They didn't change anything. They don't adapt. He keeps running the same plays. Like you can predict. You can predict almost with 100% certainty what the next play is coming because they don't deviate from it. We got to shake things up.
Well, what do you want to see?
I think
like a two-back set? What do you?
No, our running game wasn't working today at all. Let the kid throw the ball. That was the only thing happening. Throw the ball. Open it up. Let's see what he has to offer. Let's get rid of the ball quicker. That's what I want to see. I want to see the ability to step outside what you wrote down as your game plan ahead of time and adapt to the plays in front of you. And they haven't shown an ability to do that. It's very concerning.
Yeah, from what I saw, I didn't see like a lot of RPOs, and somebody with that ability to move in the pocket and run and that size, like we should be running a lot more RPOs with different formations and giving him the ability to, I shouldn't say ability, he has the ability to run, but stressing to him the ability to, we want to see you throw more so than run on those RPOs. So if you think a run will help, then you hand it off. And then if you think I don't want to see you run. I don't want to see your career or your season ended on one play this week. So, but again, you can't really expect to put that play in there and have him, make a decision not to want to keep the ball and do something with it. So it's a fine line. But yeah, I mean, of course they're not meeting our expectations. But I mean, they need more dog in them. They need more dog in them.
Need something.
Because the worst part is the defense, and like you said, Chet, like that's been the cornerstone of our franchise from the beginning. Defense, special teams. Those are the two areas specifically that we will excel at by not making mistakes and capitalizing on the mistakes of our adversaries. And
you got this kid killing it. He's killing it down the field. Defense is like, can't believe it.
Yeah, I mean,
Awful.
it's the defense is poultry. It is very weak. Some weak sauce defense out there. Like. We did lose, and I don't know how long he's going to be out. Peppers are arguably our best defensive player. And again, we go back to the beginning of the season. They traded their best defensive asset away for more assets in the future. So this team is performing. I think they're overperforming at the level that the front office thought, because again, they saved $40 million. Why'd they save the $40 million? And they also traded away their best defensive asset for more assets in the future. So without tanking, they're tanking. And their expectations for this team were a lot lower than how they're performing now, I would say.
I mean,
otherwise, how could you be happy with the product that you put out there for your season ticket holders, for people like Section 323, Chet? I mean, like being shot out. Like you guys are the ones that with the investment. You literally have more invested than both Walter and I. I'm like, your opinion weighs a lot more than ours. I mean, I do just wonder again. And Gerard, like I've watched a bunch of the press, like Monday morning pressers with Gerard Mayo, and none of the questions from the reporters are about what are the coaches doing to make adjustments. What adjustments did you make in the game in the second? And again, maybe that's more of a post game question, and it's already been answered, and I don't see the question being asked or the answer. But I think, frankly, he does need to be fielded with those questions, because he is in Gerard Mayo, the guy that's standing in front of the microphone, because it's his responsibility ultimately. And if he doesn't like the adjustments that his offensive and defensive coordinators are making, then he should make adjustments to the coaching staff. Covington is a rookie defensive coordinator. Like, he's never called plays before. Yes, he's been on the defensive side of the ball his entire career, but That is the D coordinator, right? Covington, I'm not wrong.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. Well, that's definitely a guttural reaction from both of you.
Fucking terrible.
You're basically telling me it's a sad day in the world of the Patriots fandom.
I am. That's what I'm saying.
It is. Well, I mean, it is. They're not good. Like let's not overshadow. Drake May looked really good again this week with literally no help around him. I mean, that's impressive. He had a really good game, considering his wide receivers stink and his offensive line stinks. That gives me reason to be excited. But again, we came into the season expecting us to have one of the better defenses. Like, this is what you guys have been talking about, our defense, and our defense stunk. That team we just lost to stinks. They were 1-5. I mean, they're not a good football team, and they embarrassed us.
Well, I think I do want to say I think that team is a good team. They are poorly coached. The Jaguars are poorly coached. They have a lot of talent. You know, their quarterback is his number 1 overall draft pick. Like I think they're poorly coached more so than a bad team. I think they have
A poorly coached team just whooped our ass.
Well, I think that just shows, you know, again, I think that accents the lackluster roster that we have. Yes, we have Drake May, but like Walter said, who's around him? Who do we have on defense? Like, Dietrich Wise is pretty good on the edge, but he's not going to make a Pro Bowl. Like, we have nobody that's even close to making a Pro Bowl this year on either side of the ball. Drake May's a question mark at this point, but like, I don't think he's going to make the Pro Bowl because there's just too many talented quarterbacks, and he's a rookie as well. So, it is. I'm sad for Patriots fans and myself. But I mean, again, I do hold some hope. Like, Drake May, definitely, we're seeing some good things out of him. I was just trying to pull up his stats actually. But the question is, like, we're good enough to go up 10 points in a quarter and a half and hold the opposition to 0 points. And again, when we look at that from a coaching standpoint, the offense on the other side of the ball that our defense is playing against, those are scripted plays. Their first 2 possessions are all scripted plays. Those are plays specifically designed to take advantage of the defense, and that didn't happen. So then, again, I think we go back to the in-game adjustments and things not being made in a timely manner. Like, again, maybe they're more reactive than proactive and they need to start rethinking their process, because when the opposite team is seeing the defense and how they're playing and they're making adjustments to it, our defense isn't adjusting at all, it seems. Any takers on that now?
I just hate everything right now.
Dang.
Well said, Chet. Hey, the NBA starts on Tuesday, I think, so we have that to look forward to.
We do, yes. Sorry, I'm gonna pull up Drake May's freaking stats right. You know, again, we have to. I want to be positive because they went into a neutral site, traveled across the pond. You know, it's kind of like a West Coast trip for them on the East Coast, but yeah. All right.
They won
stats.
one time
Stats.
2 months ago.
26 of 37, 276, and 2 touchdowns. No interceptions. Was sacked 2 times. I mean, he had a day. He did. He had a day. I mean, at the end of the day, we can't expect to win a game by scoring 16 points. That is the truth. Our defense is definitely not good enough. I mean, it shows. I mean, the offense scored twice as many points on it. So, but we're good enough to go out there and hold them to 0 points in the first 2-3 series where those plays are scripted to manipulate our defense, to actually defeat our defense, like based off of our tendencies. So, like, I don't know what the answer is moving forward. I wish I did. I'd email Gerard Mayo or something. I'm about to post this video and tag him.
I think the next coach doing the Patriots starting next year, Mike Vrabel, please.
You think it's going to be Mayo's a 1 year and done?
That's what I don't want to see. Like
It's
that's
bad.
what I don't want to see. I don't want to
It's
see
real
that.
bad.
He's got to have a longer leash than that. Again, he inherited a terrible team, man. Now, does he revamp his entire coaching staff? Maybe. Like, I mean, the offense is putrid as well. It looks good with Drake May, but prior to that, there was zero creativity. That shouldn't be because, the ability of the quarterback. Like, I don't know. But it doesn't help that we gave up a 96-yard punt return.
That does not help. Again, and to me, that I don't know, man. I think that's poor coaching. I feel like I'm chalking a lot of things up to Mayo here, but we can't fire the players, and not that I want to fire the coach either. I'm just have been very underwhelmed. I knew they weren't going to be good, but boy, they really, I didn't expect them to be this bad consistently. We played some really bad teams and looked really bad doing so.
Mayo's
it's disheartening.
Mayo was very bad.
Yeah.
It sucks.
I can't. He will take he's gonna take the blame, right? He's the coach. He's the manager of the players and the coaching staff, without a doubt. But I just don't. I don't want to see a one and done. I think this is a project that needs to be built over the next 2 to 3 years, and he should definitely take a hard look at himself and start making some changes. Whether it's the game plan, whether it's he puts a bigger microscope under the defensive side of the ball and helps them out. If he calls defensive plays, like I don't know what that is, but there does have to be something to change, and he needs to show that he's making a change for the better, hopefully, because if he's just going up there and saying, we're going to look at the tape and we're going to try and make some adjustments and come out here, move on to the next week, like it's not cutting it, man. It really isn't.
I was clear, right?
Huh?
Originally, I'm sorry, I'm still sick. I was clear, right, when I said I miss Belichick. Did I say that?
Yeah, it was clear. It was pretty clear.
Was I clear when I reminded you of what I said like 4 months ago, or when they fired him? The grass isn't greener on this side, man. It's tough to replace. It's going to be tough to replace him, no doubt about that. And we can't constantly be thinking like, well, geez, why isn't he doing what Bill Belichick would do? It's not Bill Belichick. He's a different person, and a different coach, and we're seeing that. But you would think, again, I posted some videos of Bill Belichick's mindset, and that makes a lot of sense. It's not genius. It really isn't genius. It's just it makes a lot of sense, and like that structure, that type of mentality. That's what you want in a coach. Like as a player or a coach, if you can't accept criticism, then you're not going to get any better, and you should expect to receive that criticism. It shouldn't always be roses. The coaches shouldn't always be telling you what you do great, because you got to improve on some things, right? So, I don't know. I don't think Jared Mayo's telling everybody what they did good. I really don't. In his defense, not that anybody said that, but I don't think that he said that. But I think he needs to be coach harder, get his assistant coaches and all that coaching staff to coach harder and make better adjustments. Like that is a no-brainer. Like we know that needs to happen. We could say that there's no adjustments being made. We don't see them, but I mean he knows that's part of the game, right? So I would just say the adjustments that they're making are not working, and he needs to be a bit more radical, maybe, in his game in-game adjustments and how he's reacting. Same with his coaching staff in game. So hopefully, keep your chin up, Chet. It's not the end of the world. It's just a football game.
Me, I hate everything.
You can always get your money back in those season tickets. Somebody will buy them, even if you sell them to the an opposing team's fans.
Think of it like a 401k. You're paying for these shitty years so that you can have them for our next dynasty.
Yeah, 100%. You
Like
guys got
investing in a
anything
retirement
else?
plan.
Yeah, that too. You guys
No,
got
no,
anything else you want to add?
I just wanted to say I miss Bill Belichick.
I apologize for the other night. I did just want to say, remember that clip of me counting my money, just making it rain?
Yeah,
Just wanted to bring that up again because I did dominate that bet. We in fact lost by 20, which is exactly what I said we were going to lose by. Like it was really uncanny how accurate I was again. But that's it. I didn't want to. No need to dwell on the past.
Yeah, we don't want to, because I don't want to mention the fact that, again, you said you made a blanket
you
statement.
Lost, I won. You lost, I won. It's a funny way to say you lost and I won. That's a really funny way to say it, Nate. But
you didn't bet. The thing is, you didn't bet that they would lose by 20.
Right. Which makes it even worse for you because
which was your original statement.
Dude, I mean, I dominated the bet. I kicked your ass. I was exactly right. We all virtually shook on it. There's a clip of us doing one of these to the camera. We all shook on it. And I keep checking my Venmo. The weird thing is I keep checking my Venmo. It's just there's nothing new. Let me pull it up. Yeah, no, still empty. It's
Still
weird.
empty, yeah.
Hold on. I owe you something, don't I?
No, I'm just messing with it.
Actually, for real, what is it?
You owe him 50. You owe him 50. I owe him 100. And that's
Thank you, Nate.
A wise man once told me, I'd rather owe you money than cheat you out of it. That's the Jimmy Belair special.
That's true. Yeah, we haven't cheated you out of anything.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying.
But we haven't paid you your money. So
I mean, your words, not mine. I'm not here to dwell in the past. I'm here to look forward.
I thought part of the stipulation of the bet was that you guys had to come down here in order to get your money.
Was it?
No, it wasn't. I probably mentioned that. I probably mentioned that, but I didn't put it in the bet. I made that statement and then didn't actually, put it in the bet. So kind of like they're going to lose by 20, and then you don't want to bet on that.
Yeah, fair enough.
So yeah, thanks for jumping on, guys. I don't know if you.
Thanks for listening to this exclusive content brought to you by Til'ton the Scales. Our newest episode will drop every Monday. Now do us a favor and smash that subscribe button and share our content on your social media platforms.